And for episode 10, Intimacy Week.
And who are we going?
Why don't we start with
Mel and Luke.
Yeah.
This is Mel wants to give Luke, and Luke is very happy with it.
Yes, saying she's going to try. But is she really trying for the relationship? Or is she just trying to rehabilitate her image and stay on TV longer and not be as hated?
Well, there is something we cannot accuse Mel of because Mel wrote leave.
Yeah, but she knows she's got to stay, so is she going to spend the next week rehabilitating her relationship, or not relationship, her image, or is she actually going to try and make the relationship work? That's the question.
Well, I don't think knowing Mel about Mel,
Yeah.
who is kind of a I don't think she will. I don't think there is hope for the relationship, but she's trying to restore her image because she got a really big slap from the experts. Must have felt, oh, okay, I have said some nice to read, but I have got to.
Yeah. I'll be honest, I don't really have much else. Seems a bit happier. That's about it.
You know, it makes me question if Luke has self-worth issues.
Potentially, put up with a lot of nonsense from her so far, and I don't think that's entirely because he wants it to work. It must be something else, otherwise he probably wouldn't have had the tolerance for
Does he really?
possibility.
Alright, let's move on to.
What about Philip and Stella?
I want to talk about them.
Okay, I was just trying to get the easy ones out of the way, but sure, we can come back. Right.
Oh, that's not the.
Who's your pick?
Oh well, no. Let's go back to.
Okay.
I think Stella, we know what is cruising. They are not landed in reality yet. Sugar, pop, and one pop.
I wonder how he's managing his social and online fitness presence during the. I assume they continue working some of them, right? You've got to be
Well, I think that's a sacrifice he has.
a sacrifice he has to be able to grow it even more by mentioning.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, he might not be that smart of a guy because even if he doesn't say anything, by the time the season comes out, he comes out and he can always.
I don't know. They seem like they're doing well. I agree that it so far seems like an extended honeymoon period. They've not really had any challenge together, any conflict together. It's just the conflict he's had with the other. That's it. They've not had any difficulty yet. So, an intimacy week, arguably for them, probably not as necessary as it for others, because they say.
Yeah, intimacy week is quite interesting to see intimacy for different for.
Yeah, it's different for each person.
Stella, what was she?
Yeah, she.
Yeah, and
stuff.
And he drew something really awful.
Well, he said he did his best. He painted her sat on the couch.
Yeah, I'm not talking about this. I'm talking more about. See, this is what I'm talking about. She is in love. She cannot on.
Oh, well, maybe something will happen and the cracks will start to show. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, once they are out of. Let's move on to Alyssa and David.
Oh, I think they're really good together. They've not shown them much lately, have they? Let's be honest. They showed like a little glimpse more of them today. And, her ultimate fantasy night was dressing up for him, making him dinner. And he definitely appreciated the dressing up. I don't know about the dinner.
Yeah, and this is one thing we know that Alyssa is to settle.
Yeah, definitely.
David is not still believe international career.
You think that means he's not ready to settle down?
I don't think he is because I don't know there is like Stella is that modern of a traditional wife.
Yeah, I imagine they've probably got quite similar traditional values. They both highly value faith, don't they? It's part of their upbringing and everything. So yeah, she probably is quite traditional.
Yeah, so for him not to see that, it's because he's holding on to the girl Taylor Swift or
yeah, but
whoever
he's supposedly put aside that rap career years ago. That's why he commented.
Yes, and this is his chance to bright shine.
It's her chance too, though. So
well, the thing
he might
is,
not get anything out of it. She might.
Yeah, see that I'm not off. That's a given. Otherwise, there are more natives famous because many people are after.
Yeah, that's fair.
So the question you can always ask: are they despite of being the fame? Let's talk about
what Steve and Rebecca.
Wannabe sugar daddy Steve, damsels Rebecca.
Oh, I don't think she's a damsel in distress. I don't think that's a fair portrayal of her. It's not fair.
Why not?
She's a damsel. When she told him what was coming, yeah, but all this, oh yeah, you know, this is where we're at. We go at different paces and we have to meet each other halfway. He's not moving from his spot. She's trying to him halfway and actually going further than halfway at all. He just wants a young, pliant, trainable woman who'll do anything and everything. He basically wants just like a dumb young bitch.
That's why I called her daddy.
Yeah, but no. I get what you mean by sugar daddy, but the sugar daddy, the dynamic's different.
Oh,
The sugar
come
daddy,
on.
it's not the sugar daddy themselves that's in charge. It's the sugar baby that gets all the money. He doesn't want a woman of his own age. That's becoming more and more. And he definitely doesn't want a woman who's mature, who's got something about her that, you know, her wants, preferences are gonna come ahead of his.
Do you think that's what it is? You know, this is where I start to women cast their projection onto men. Like, no, because he wants somebody young, that we can see that, but I don't say about her having
I
things.
don't necessarily think it's so much about opinions, but I think it's about her wants and her life essentially coming before his. He keeps saying, I'm quite conservative. So by that, he's got traditional kind of values, similar to what you might have meant with Alyssa and David, where, you know, housewife, quiet, submissive, will
No, I
be
mean,
at home, will just
okay.
yes dear, no dear, and just, he keeps saying she's full on. Some people might feel she's full on, other people might say she's just got bubbly personality, and when she's around it shows that a lot of that personality squashed and quietened down his comfort, and he still is saying full on. I just want someone quiet, submissive, who's not going to put themselves first, going to put him first, everything about his life and his family and his children. Because let's not forget, he's got 4 children and some of them are still quite young. They're all, under 8. So does he actually want a young stepmom?
Okay, are you done?
If you answer my last question, stepmom.
I think you know how you went on a rant against traditional values, conservative and all.
It's not so much against them. Is that what he wants?
No, this is where I'm talking about. This is where people misunderstand others. First thing, he has 4 kids. We don't know if it is from the same mother, and his dad's only joke from the editing age.
Yeah.
He runs after every woman, so that's very traditional of him. You know how music is very nice to your ear and you want more of it. When you like it, sounds like noise, you don't like it. So what he is explaining is his feeling, because he doesn't feel any attraction to this woman who is but he doesn't feel that attraction. So
say something. Have the balls to say something. Don't be such a
saying
wimp.
it.
He's not
saying
saying it. He needs to be direct with her.
He's
She's
saying
really
it.
putting herself out on a ledge and saying, you know, try this with me, meet me halfway, move from that same spot and just try if you're interested in me. And if you're not, say so. It's really that simple to be direct.
You know, I think we are one of the where the man understands him better than the woman.
We're a little bit like Julia and Grayson. You're like Julia, I'm like Grayson.
Well, I am Julia's shadow.
You might find different words and ways of saying things that I feel are all around the houses, and I will ask you a direct question and you'll basically say the same thing in a way to mean the same thing, and I'll still have no bloody clue what you... So I see the similarities there, and I would not find that kind of activity was really intimate, and I imagine maybe a modified version. But we can get to that another time.
Yeah, we can get to that. Yeah, I'm talking about it. He's saying it. He's trying his best not to say it. I mean, you cannot tell that you are looking for a 30-year-old woman.
He doesn't need to say that that's what he wants. He just needs to say that she's not what he wants.
Why? See, the thing is, she's like the perfect woman. What would you say?
You get the same excuse dragged out time and time again by different... Oh, there's just no spark. I wanted the instant spark. There's no chemistry. Oh, it just doesn't seem to be working. We just seem so different. You know, we get the same things trotted out time and time again on MAFS. Pick one. That's all he has to do is pick one.
No.
It's a get out of jail free card for him.
No.
Oh, I'm sorry, there's no spark. I can't continue this without spark. I'm gonna go. Bye.
Alright, see what you are asking a man to marry a straight and be okay with it. That's
No.
what you're...
No, I'm saying, don't marry her. If you don't find her attractive, get out.
Yeah, but what about being on TV? What about putting 3 months of work?
I mean, he could have.
What about the possibilities you could have after?
He could have walked up and still made it on and made a splash on, so with everyone going, "Oh my God, he left immediately. Who is this man?" You know?
Yeah, but that would be very
But it is still getting.
Yeah, but people want positive. Nobody wants to be that lady who got
There's all
caught on
conversation about him.
Pink. You know that lady who got caught with her Sivo, the Pink. Yeah, the Coldplay concert. You don't want to be that woman just for even for the fame.
I mean, very, very just.
Yeah, but what? No,
There's-
you are talking
There's
about
being
if,
a senior professional and shagging the boss in court at a concert, and there's going on reality TV and going, "Huh, that woman repulses me. I'm not marrying her."
See,
It's a very, very different set of circumstances and a very different public reaction.
no, what you do not know is the TikToks, what TikTok thinks of it.
No, I can imagine they'd be like, "Oh
You
my God,
cannot.
this man did this, and who is he?" And
No, when you told me about the Coldplay concert thing,
Yeah.
I thought, okay, it did not hit me. It only hit me after 2 weeks when everyone, even from some of the brands like Nike,
Oh, and they
even
were all
making-
doing their memes about it.
yeah, only then it hit me because you see, what hits public is very subjective.
Oh yeah.
And that's something social media decides, not you, not me. He's doing his best. He came on a TV show.
Yeah.
Maybe he thought he was open, maybe he's not open. Maybe he's hoping a 30-year-old, maybe he's not. We do not know what, but whatever he was, he did not get it.
Nope.
And he wanted to be on TV, he didn't come out, he's shallow. Nobody wants to feel like a shallow person. When I question your shallowness, you always get very insecure.
Because no one wants to feel like they're shallow. No one wants to admit that they're shallow.
But you want him to admit that.
No. I don't want to admit that he's shallow. I just want him to be honest and say, "Listen, the spark isn't,
That's
the
what
chemistry
he's
is
saying.
not there."
That's what he's saying.
He's not saying it though. He
You
needs
are
to
not
He needs to
understanding.
channel Grayson and just be direct with it.
Will come there, but in this case, he's saying it, it's just you are not understanding it. If he's saying anything more direct, I think it will be
I think she would appreciate it, even if it came out
it
rude.
doesn't matter
Because
if
she
she
just doesn't
appreciates.
want the bullshit. You can see her frustration and her getting fed up. And not actually saying anything of merit.
Well, there is that, but let's move on from this.
Okay.
Who
Who
are
is Scott and Gia?
Scott and Gia, they are in own bubble.
Yeah.
Even though he forgets her daughter name consistently,
Yep.
doesn't take care into her life. It's more than about him.
Oh yeah. And of course, her ultimate fantasy night, she dressed up as a Playboy bunny. Of course. Because she has to remind people that was once a job of her. You know? It can't be anything else.
funnily enough-
And then of all the different things, they try to eat KFC and be sexy. What was it he said? Something like, "Put all of it in your mouth." And it's like, it's a piece of tasty, but it's just a piece of... I don't see the erotic appeal in it personally, but, you know,
Yeah.
apparently he does.
I mean, you are reading too much into something that almost like intimacy week is not really for them. They are really good without external interference. So they tried something new, like, it's experimental.
They did. They tried KFC in underwear and lingerie instead of on the sofa in their comfy clothes.
Yes. If you get off your high horse, they tried something experimental and it didn't work out for you, but it's alright.
Okay.
And then let's move on to
What about Chris and Brooke?
Chris and Brooke. That woman has some mental issues.
Well, I don't know about that, but I was talking about Married at First Sight today, and someone put forward their opinion. It was something I hadn't before. Is that they've basically done a personality swap. He was an arsehole at the start of the show. He was all goody, and they seem to have done a role reversal, and he's now looking like the nice guy, and she's looking like a raging bitch.
I don't think they have done a role reverse. All we get to see is for people who they are. He has this alpha macho thing, but he's really a nice guy inside.
Yeah, it's optics, isn't it?
Yeah, but she's the nice, cute little woman, but she's like...
His painting was good.
His painting was so beautiful.
Yeah.
And her picture was so... Why put that at...
Yeah, I mean, I can understand not being very good at arts and crafts and that kind of thing, but why would you put in the dog and give it a negative remark? Thank God he laughed about it.
Yeah. Chris is misunderstood. Really nice. I think he does a lot for people to misunderstand. Yeah. Maybe he learned that looking tough is on.
Maybe. In the commitment ceremony, when he was asked about it, he tried to get around it by saying, oh, you know, it's from playing football for all these years, and in a roundabout way he was basically told to stop making excuses. And
yeah, well, but see, this is where...
What they're showing mostly of him now, I think, is who he's rather than bravado.
I mean, that bravado is him too, because...
Yeah, but it's not... To borrow a word from Julia, it's not him being an organic to himself.
See, this is where what I'm talking about. The idea of authentic, organic, I don't know whatever that means. Like, everybody has personas, like, nobody is the person they are with their partner at their workplace, everybody's... And him having a very, very male-dominated workspace. It was all the locker room talk, the boundary between the locker room talk and, you know, the regular public space talk has thinned for him, like it stopped existing.
Yeah, he just seemed
and
like
she...
I'm sure she has her redeeming qualities, but they're not showing through.
I don't think she redeeming qualities at this point. Okay. They might be in the future, we don't know, but she wanted to be famous, she came the career.
Well, I'm not gonna tell you because you've clearly not heard it, but I've seen a spoiler quite some, and I'm just waiting for it to come up.
Alright, I am aware of spoilers.
It may contribute somewhat to how she's behaving right now, or just give her an excuse to blame it on someone.
Yeah, I will give us an excuse.
Okay, so we've got Beck and Danny, Rachel and Stephen, and Julia and Grayson left. Who would you like to go to next?
Beck.
What did you think to Beck's idea of painting words on each other? Basically, would you say it's like words of affirmation or something like that?
Yeah, I think that is...
I think it was...
Well, see, this is where it's more about presentics and the optics. The same thing when Julia was doing, you found it really uncute. The same thing when Beck was doing, you found it cute. I think it is very Beck for all the things she... I don't like a lot about Beck one.
Yeah, it was nice. And I thought it was when Danny was saying to the camera, like, oh, I didn't really want to do it, but then he did, and he seemed glad that he did it. You know, at least he went in the spirit of things and tried it, and turned out for him it was positive. I didn't really catch the meaning for all of the words used. Like, he painted on her arm tears, and they didn't really show us his reasoning behind that, because he said basically an explanation for all of the other things, and it was a bit like tears, and then painting forever on the back of her leg. I thought personally, reading too much into it, it's on the back of her leg. Is that because he wants it to be behind them? He's not really meaning forever is forever.
Well, he wants to be on the show.
Oh yeah, forever.
And I like, he just says,
yeah,
he's an improviser.
I get it.
Beck has run away with. There are some people who think that more than points to this couple.
Yeah.
Even today, they need to re-evaluate. And who are we?
Well, Julia and Grayson or Rachel and Stephen?
Let's go with Rachel and Stephen.
I thought this was going to go so well. I was really rooting for them. When he first was like, oh, I can kiss you, yes I can, but I don't think you're going to feel anything. I was thinking, oh, maybe it's just his own like lack of confidence, lack of self-worth and all of that. And then again, somebody else that had to be asked repeatedly a direct question and pushed into trying to give a straight answer. And he was like, the sparks. Oh, bless them both, really. But she really put herself out there.
Yeah, and what I knew that thing of. Let me go back to. Do you remember old when with a big wooden hammer on your head once you lose your memory?
Yeah.
And then hit on the head with another wood there again.
Yeah, I understand the cartoon concept. Yeah.
From where I am actually, we concept 80s.
I don't get what you mean. How I don't get how that.
Oh, in the same way, they have two people with some deep wounds. They put them together. Hope some miracle would work. They both have some issues. It's not like.
Yeah, they do. They do both have issues, mainly around self-esteem.
Yeah, it's around self-esteem and going show like.
Yeah.
You are understand. Both are complex. You can't just put them in a box. It'll work out.
Yeah, it's got to be a bit less guesswork.
Yeah, it has to be a bit before it happens. And when I'm back, at least they know issues and not some there in like.
Yeah. Yeah, one little funny moment earlier in the day was when they got the note and she read out about fantasy. Oh no, after the workshop, and she told him that, and he was just like, okay, no worries. And his face was full of worries, and then she was like explaining, I'm going to do something and prepare something. Would you please like go and come back in a little bit? And he's like, okay, no worries. Looking even more and more worried. He's lucky in a sense that she picked something like, it was very vulnerable and very emotional, but he's also kind of lucky that she didn't pick like a dressing up in lingerie kind of task like the others did.
I mean, no, I actually thought if she wore
Why? I mean, I don't agree or disagree, but why?
He might even try.
Do you think maybe it's more to do with how he portrays her in it? Yeah.
It could be tons of things. This is what it could be, that she's a woman with varying levels of.
Yeah.
Sometimes she's super confident, super uncomfortable. She has both the sides. Is it bipolar?
Possibly, yeah. I wouldn't say she is bipolar, but yeah.
I mean,
just a little thought come to the back of. Can you remember the earlier episode where it was introducing Stephen and his mom? What was their dynamic? Yeah, it just came to mind. He kept saying it's a kiss your. Maybe he sees qualities in her. One level that's great, and another that's not helping with the lack of spark.
Alright, we are moving away from this. I don't think we are equipped to
no,
that.
I don't think we need to dig into it deep. Like you say, we're not equipped. Okay, our final couple for the night then is Julia and Grayson.
Let's go to with Julia. I want to go back to. She started talking in a group.
Oh, I just have something I'd like to say before that point.
Yeah,
I just don't think she likes the man. I don't think she's interested. I don't think she likes the man. And then maybe she's not bisexual. Maybe she's, what's it called? Sapiosexual? It's all about the brain intelligence. And that's possibly why she's like, oh, what's your favourite footy memory? What's your favourite quality about your ex-girlfriend? Because that's about it.
What? See, and
see,
what is the
really
problem with
that? Interested in.
No,
because she makes it all about her.
You don't see when she is talking. Have you seen the people faces made? Brooke, Gia, Beck. They are all the shallow people because they cannot understand and they cannot. Their brain cannot process what this woman says. They go. It's easy for their brain to say bullshit and stop trying.
He just seems so considerate,
no.
And she's just so wrapped up in herself. She doesn't seem to care or just, or like they had that argument, and he's just trying to talk it out and figure things out, and she's like, "Oh, I'm just so sleep deprived. How am I supposed to do anything? And how am I supposed to manage if I'm so exhausted? I'm exhausted, Grayson." And it's like, and then the fact that she said it's my bedroom. No. You're sharing the apartment. It's your bedroom. She's all about herself. She clearly isn't in a place, her mind, toes, whatever, where she sees them.
Because she is with Grayson, that man is almost black and has his suit grey and white. The only thing is greyness in his life is his suit, his wedding suit. But when she is asking about things, he doesn't even understand them. he's so corporate person, like, tell me what that needs to be done, tell me this or not. She has been explaining a lot of things she has been to get. For some people, getting to know other person is intimacy. He doesn't understand any of those things. And you know what's the worst thing of it? He runs a HR department or a HR team.
No, isn't he? Does he run a recruitment business?
Yeah.
That's not the same thing. Trust me, it's not the same thing.
No.
It's a bit like sales.
Yeah, it is. That's what he does. I don't think he has any understanding of humanity, or it's more like she is trying to open up. For her, understanding the other person is the intimacy. That's where her intimacy, there is nothing wrong with intimacy is, and he could not understand it. That is nothing wrong with that. But the minute he could not understand it, he tried to make her sound like...
No, he didn't. He saw it
did.
out till the end and then tranned it.
No, I'm talking about his...
Her idea of a fancy night is like a bloody quiz made up of some of the weirdest questions, just with a side of melted chocolate and strawberries.
This is what I'm talking about. You don't understand her too. That is totally fine. You don't understand her, which is alright. But that's her fantasy. Understand? She's a bloody... I see that her dressing, the color, how others feeling, knowing them deeper. That's what makes close to the person. Sex is not a physical thing. Some people, for him, it's about, if you want to do that, be more touchy. For him, it might
For
be...
him, intimacy is something...
Yeah, that is alright, but he kind of, when he doesn't understand, in the bits that are coming about how he feels, it felt like she's not interested in him by the end of the session.
Yeah,
but
I
for
understand
her, that is...
Well, yes and no. Because he did ask her, is this your idea of intimacy? She was like, well, just getting to be like, that's where we're at. She wasn't really trying to build any intimacy at all. She was just like, oh, this is a good opportunity to ask some questions about him, some more about him.
Yes,
which doesn't build the intimacy.
No. You
she
have
said
to
it
understand.
herself, it's not the intimate building.
See, it's not intimacy. See, the intimacy is different when you are...
Oh, do you think the intimacy comes?
The intimacy comes from the knowing. It's not like every week it will be the same thing. Even after the first few weeks, after this intimacy thing has done, she will not be opening up a bunch of cards and start asking the questions. That's not what it is. She needs to get over to there for the intimacy other. I understand it's not his thing. Why I am irked with him, felt that he had it, or he couldn't kind of... She's not real. Used strong words, but the subject, the corporate guy...
I don't know, maybe it's because she just can't give a straight answer. She just refuses to give a straight answer to a direct question. And no, it was well demonstrated in the workshop where she wants it organic. She's going to build the depth.
Well, that's what EMFs are, sadly.
And then when they were like, oh, are you attracted to him? She's like, of course I'm attracted. He's a very sexy boy. It was not convincing in the slightest. Sorry.
Yeah, because in that very sexy boy, he is personally...
But she called him a sexy boy. Like,
yeah.
That in itself is not attractive.
It is. He looks good physically. That's what she can see that. She's trying to look if there is... She's trying her best to find, hold on, not giving a thing. It's in your DSA spots.
I think me and Grayson are probably more similar than I'd like to admit. And you, Julia, probably have. Yeah, but I don't know what that means. Just like Grayson wouldn't know what that means. To me, a shadow is what's on the pavement when the sun is out, okay? I don't know.
Yeah, but she's my shadow. I understand her.
But
because
what do you
I
mean, your
understand
shadow?
Like all the darkness in you. Your darkness is light in...
So your darkness is her organic gear claptrap.
It's not claptrap.
It is claptrap waffle. It's nonsense. To me, it's absolute nonsense.
Because you have size.
She's just using so many words that don't really mean anything.
They do mean something.
They mean something to her, but you could see it around the room. Even Alessandra was like, okay, and just moved on. What do you say to all of that? Nothing. There's nothing you can say. It doesn't mean anything to anyone but her.
No, it means something. Is just that you cannot understand her.
And you're saying before about Beck and other people pulling faces. One of the faces that Beck pulled, I noticed myself doing exactly the same time. I'm just like, no. What? Anyway, that's our full roundup for today. It'd be interesting to see what comes tomorrow, because we've already seen of Mel and E-Golf.
Oh my god, let's not. Yeah.
Okay, well, see you tomorrow.